Welcome, everybody. My name is Tuffer. I'll be your instructor this semester. Welcome to this course in philosophy, Introduction to Philosophy. All right, I'm going to introduce myself. I don't know how to access the syllabus recording over PowerPoint, so just read that on your own. Email me when you find issues. We're going to talk about what's expected each week in the modules, quizzes. Take those right away, first thing in the week. They record the highest score, but they are points, 10% of your grade. Discussion boards. The majority of your grade is discussion board. The heart of the class online. We want a lot of posting, a lot of discussing. Readings, videos, and then you work on your paper, and you study for exams. And then at the end, we'll talk about the values of the course that are going to be necessary. Because we're going to disagree about everything in here, which will be fun if we have sharp minds, tender hearts, and use the principle of charity. All right, I apologize. I've been out of the classroom at Mississippi State for 5,000 years. Here are some old classes. Miss you guys. Miss goofing off, but I do get to know you better online. I'm a remote worker reporting from Colorado today. So email me 100 times a day if you have issues. You are never a bother. Cannot email me too much. I also say post your problem on the current discussion board because maybe Jimmy over here, he found an answer to that and he could help you quicker than I can. I don't want you frustrated here ever. So email me if you're confused on discussion board questions. I might need to clarify them. A lot of the times I'm just throwing a new question on discussion board and it might be incoherent. Okay. Um, but if you're struggling with discussion boards, I would love to talk to you through. Hey, Joni, yeah, let's work through question one. This is where you find it, the Plato text, or blah blah blah, and we'll work on it. I would love, please, I beg you, I'd love to have an appointment with every single one of you on WebEx or on the phone to walk through a section or two or every section of your worldview papers. I love just playing Socrates, asking you questions, and then you just type up your answer. Tell me, and I'll help you maybe formulate it better if you want that help. But yes, please. I I thought about making it mandatory, but that's just kind of a selfish thing. I want to hang out with you guys and get to know you, but you guys are busy. Some of you have families, 12 jobs, and are working in Germany. So, anyway, here's some gratuitous pictures of myself in Athens, Greece. I love taking people, friends and family to Greece and showing them all the sights. And here I am faking teaching. Right. All right. We're not going to go to Canvas to survey the syllabus, but get on there, look at it. You'll find mistakes and errors, things that need greater clarification. Just email me, let me know, say, Tuffer, what is this? And I'll fix it. Also, I'm always trying to make this course better. You guys have had multiple online courses thanks to the pandemic. Please email me suggestions. You guys want to do video responses on the discussion board, group projects, individual presentations of your worldview papers at the end? Let me know. I'm always interested in improving this class. All right. What to expect in each module. I say take the quiz first. That lets you know the core things I want you to learn that in that module. Take them over and over and to learn the content. Okay, there's feedback on there, read it, that type of thing. Some quiz questions, that's where you have to learn material on the quizzes. Also, after you take the quiz first time, look over the discussion board questions and see what you need to learn. Readings and videos. Just consume as many of the materials as you need to answer the discussion board questions because there's a lot of extra videos and materials in those modules, and that stresses some students out. Also, Work on your papers. Be proactive. Chip away a few minutes each week on your worldview paper. And again, there's extra videos and readings are there because some of you get hungry for more and you might have more time on your hands to explore. Bring up anything you want on the discussion board, even if it's related to a question or not, if it's related to something in the modules. You'd be like, hey guys, I read this, or I watched this module, or I watched this video and this was cool. What do you think about this? Blah, 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 blah. Always ask us questions and give us reasons to reply to you. All right, discussion boards, the most amount of points come from the discussion boards for your course. First post is due Tuesday or by Wednesday at noon at the latest. Why? We have to have a whole week thinking about these things. It's not enough. We have to chew on them in our minds. We have to talk about it with our significant others, our coworkers, classmates, buddies on the team. All right? So first post due Tuesday or by Wednesday noon at the latest. For something to count as a first post, you can't answer the fun question. I always have a fun community building question. That doesn't count for points or for the replies. So answer one of the philosophical questions or reply to a classmate. Either counts as the first post. Try to post every day, but minimum isn't posting over 3 days. If you don't do 3 days, I take off points. Replies that receive points. No generative AI. AI is killing online learning. In fact, I thought about quitting this fall, the first time in the last 800 years of teaching, when one of my favorite students, he's like, Tougher, everybody's using AI and we're talking to Skynet. We're talking to bots. This is stupid. We're not engaging each other in real philosophical discussion. And I'm like, if you kill the discussion board with AI, then I don't want to teach. It's just pointless because discussion board is the best thing about online learning. All right, other replies, minimum 50 words. On the philosophical questions, I love when you guys reply and comment. I'll do it too on the fun community building questions. But if you only mention that stuff, that reply doesn't get point. So minimum 4 replies, but I say shoot for 10 or 12, so you're engaged and involved. You may start your main post and go back and edit it as you do more readings throughout the week. And yeah, points subtracted if you do not meet the above requirements. There's a whole document on discussion boards. I say look at that as well. I try to post it on every single discussion. All right, worldview paper. This is your magnum opus. This will be something of which you will treasure for the rest of your life and hopefully revise every year the rest of your life. So I had students 300 years ago, they did the worldview paper and they keep on revising it due to new study. And wow, I was an atheist and gosh, I started believing in God. Or, I was raised a Scientologist and I became a Hare Krishna or whatever. Okay. So I say this week, download the outline and just start filling it out each week. You want to collect quotes from all of our philosophers. Plato, Augustine, John Stuart Mill are 3 required textbooks. You got to have, 5 quotes from each of those guys. But also, when we do Problem of Evil and Argument for God's Existence from Fine Tuning, lots of fun quotes from Jean-Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, Robin Collins, William Lane Craig, and a bunch of other people. So you can work on the whole of the paper as you see fit. There's 11 sections, but we'll have 3 rough drafts due. So the first rough draft will just be over the first 3 sections, and then 4 sections for rough draft number 2, and then the last few sections for rough draft number 3, and then you'll turn in your whole paper a couple weeks before the end of the semester. All right. Hope you guys love it. Doing this, a lot of students are so thankful that they take a snapshot of the worldview just this semester. Okay. Besides this first week, our weeks, our modules correspond to one another. They begin Monday at noon and they end hard deadline, especially for discussion boards, 11:59 a.m. Okay. So I used to have classes end on Sunday nights, but Monday mornings are just a bonus. Excuse me. Okay. So always students are like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. It's 11:59 a.m. That was p.m. a.m. morning. Try to get done by Sunday night. All right. But this is an online class, so there's flexible due dates for rough drafts, papers, and exams. The reason why there's a hard deadline for discussion boards is because we've already moved on to the next discussion board. You're replying to an empty room. It makes no sense to just talk to nobody. All right. So yeah, be proactive. That's how you fail an online class. You just forget about it. That's why I try to make sure you just try to post 3 to 5 days a week. But you know what? Life gets in the way. So with the big points things, rough drafts, papers, exams, email me and you can have a couple extra days. All right. What stresses students is seeing the amount of material in each module. Don't stress about that. Be strategic in your readings. You do not have to read or watch everything. To cut down on work, do the two things I said. Take the quiz and read over the discussion boards. Take the quiz, read over the discussion board questions. You only have to do enough reading to answer the discussion board questions. Okay? Those are the important things. When you get stuck, ask questions of classmates and replies from each other. Help each other learn. Like, guys, where did you get this, man? I didn't see this in the reading. And then Tommy will tell you, hey, look over here. You know what I mean? So yeah, only read more, watch more if you have time and interest. It's that simple. I don't want anybody getting frustrated here or overwhelmed. You're paying me millions of dollars to be there for you. So just email me like, Tougher, I need help on the discussion board. Can we do a WebEx on Canvas or a phone call Monday night? And we'll try to find a time. I'll talk you through discussion board questions, help you. Oh, I love to get into the Plato text. We're also doing John Stuart Mill. Love all these guys. So let's dig into the text together. That is what's fun for me. I miss doing that live, Starbucks or eat some Chick-fil-A in the union. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm here to help. Don't turn to drugs. Ask for help on the discussion board of your classmates or email me for help. Remember, you cannot email me too much. These are the assumed objective values for the course. You can throw these away the rest of your life if you don't believe. But hey, sharp minds, tender hearts, principle of charity. You want a drink? Sharp minds. We have to reason well. It's not about emotion. It's about what is a good argument? What is a poor argument? And we help each other. We push each other in the discussion board. Okay, Gina, that was an interesting argument, but what about this? And always ask questions in your replies. We want a back and forth real discussion, not a post dump where you shotgun and reply to people and you run away. We want a sustained discussion for the week. Tender hearts. We all know we have to drop some things sometimes. Some people get too emotional. They can't reason with us anymore. We'll see this in Plato. Euthyphro is going to run away from Socrates. He can't take it anymore. All right. But Socrates is really worried when we read the Euthyphro. He's like, Euthyphro, we've got to figure this out together. And Euthyphro runs away and kills the discussion. But sometimes we can't force that Euthyphro to sit down and engage with us. We just got to move on and try to find another opportunity. So always have a tender heart. Listen to one another. Even, guess what? Every single one of us in this class, at some point, you all will think I'm a nut job for believing that this argument is strong and convincing. I'm going to think you're crazy. We're all think each other's crazy, but that's okay. The job of this course, we want to get clear on what each philosopher is trying to teach us, what their argument is, and then we evaluate ourselves. Where we come down to the arguments is our own business. We just want to get the best arguments for this, against this, and we come down differently. That's it. We try to convince each other, though, in love. That's what the principle of charity is partly. Principle of charity is just giving Plato, your classmates, your instructor, the benefit of the doubt, giving them grace. We're not going to assume right away that they're a racist or they're an idiot or so on. Just assume Socrates isn't a nut job and that he has a coherent argument. We try to formulate his argument best that we can, and then we evaluate. But we don't dismiss anybody. We want to give Crito, character in Plato's dialogue, benefit of the doubt. We want to give Meletus the benefit of the doubt in Plato's Apology. Just want to try to formulate his argument best as possible. So when we're talking to each other, some of us are not as good at formulating our thoughts and arguments as well as other people. So we can help each other with that. One of my favorite professors, Chris Gauker, this was a skill he had. So I would go in there, I was a nervous grad student. Dr. Gauker. He'd say, all right, Tougher, what are you trying to say? And I would talk and talk and talk, and he'd be like, you might be trying to say this. And then I'd say, well, no, that's not quite it. And then he said, well, you might be trying to say this. And what I loved about that guy, he had the sharpest mind ever. But he also had a tender heart, principle of charity, trying to help me formulate what I was trying to say. All right, we need that with each other. I think if we forgive and stop hating each other in this world, we use principle of charity, sharp minds, tender hearts, we'll just be a happier people. All right. We are going to talk about the deepest issues in life. Philosophy is the fundamental discipline, and we're going to have some fun pursuing the truth together. We'll all disagree, but we'll do it at love. We'll have fun. This was Walthall, Mississippi, up by Eupora after a conference at Ole Miss. There's David Chalmers, famous philosopher. There I am on the left, Tougher. And thank you guys. My favorite role in life, being Uncle Bonesaw. My niece and nephews. All right, guys. See you on the discussion board.